Another SEC foe, another Sooner victory. I'm Barry Tramel, along with OU writer Jason Kersey. We're here at Owen Field. We're on Saturday night. The Sooners beat Tennessee 34-10. Escaped the upset that afflicted some of the best teams in college football on this Saturday. And Oklahoma looked good, Jason, and through a quarter of the season, things seem to be rounding into form.
Yeah, they're doing everything that they're supposed to do through 3 games. They've played well on offense. They played really well on defense, particularly up front. I think everybody expected that, but also in the defensive backfield, both Julian Wilson and Zach Sanchez having interceptions tonight. So really all around a good performance entering Big 12 play, but I think things get a lot tougher next weekend in Morgantown.
Tough 4-game stretch starting with a Saturday night game at West Virginia, but Sooners played Tennessee today, and this is not an elite SEC team. To me, it's a little bit hard to gauge what it means tonight because Tennessee, while talented, while having elite players, still doesn't have the pedigree, very young. How much stock can we put in this victory tonight?
Well, it's definitely the most impressive victory of the year, certainly more impressive than Louisiana Tech or Tulsa was. But you're right, it's not an elite SEC team. It's sort of a team being rebuilt, really young. Half the team, it felt like, was making their first ever road trip. They played a bunch of true freshmen. I think this is a really talented team, but a really inexperienced one. So it is sort of hard to gauge exactly what it means. I think the game in Knoxville next year might be a lot tougher for the Sooners.
Trevor Knight, his second 300-yard passing game of his career. The other was against an SEC team, Alabama. Oklahoma's running game never got it's pretty good early, then got stagnant, but Vols were stacking the line. Daring Knight pass. Looked like Josh Heupel by the midway through the by the third quarter had said, you know what, I think we got this game. Let's run the ball a lot. But that OU defense never really had any holes at all. One long touchdown drive for Tennessee that was penalty-aided. Other than that, a pretty dominant performance.
Yeah, it definitely was. They also had a 40-yard touchdown pass in the first half, but that was also sort of aided by a penalty. OU had made a sack on a 3rd down, but then that got called back for an offside penalty, and Tennessee was able to go score. So a couple of the drives that they scored on, OU had really kind of shot themselves in the foot. So the thing about Trevor Knight that I think we're seeing is that he's having more faith in some of his other options other than Sterling Shepard. Deron Neal had 7 catches. Blake Bell had 3 catches, some downfield. So he was really able to sort of spread things out a little bit more among his options rather than just relying on Sterling Shepard.
Of course, the big debate about the OU defense was who was the star of the show. Julian Wilson was excellent all night in coverage. Tennessee seemed to pick on him. He responded, and then late in the game gets the 100-yard interception return. Zach Sanchez was mostly left alone when Tennessee finally did go at him. He makes a great interception in the corner. And, of course, the pass rush with Indile and Eric Stryker, and even Jordan Phillips gets a big sack. I mean, the pass rush was really the story of the game.
It really was because and it came from all over the place. Quentin Hayes, the safety, had a blindside blitz early in the game, forced a fumble, and then recovered the fumble. So really the pressure, Mike Stoops brought the pressure from all over the field, all over the defense, and if they can keep that up throughout the year, this is going to be a really tough defense to score on.
And, of course, that pass rush would come in handy in Morgantown, West Virginia, where the Sooners play next Saturday night. Stay tuned for further OU football coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoma.